Perseverant.
Committed.
Great.
Oh man. Up and coming.
We've gone from being unknown, absolutely unknown, people had never heard of Salve Regina, to nationally ranked, top 20.
Sailing is really my passion. So I've grown up with it and just been doing it for as long as I can remember. Pretty tough because the team's a really big commitment and it literally requires every day of the week except for Mondays. We get Mondays off. We practice Tuesday through Friday and we race Saturday and Sunday from 7 in the morning until like 6 o'clock at night. So it's a big commitment and it's hard to keep up with schoolwork, but if you can be disciplined, it can be done. Biggest strength is probably our compete level and just being able to go into every weekend knowing what we have to do and just grinding away at it. So. Sailing is a really big mental game, so I mean there might only be 2 boats racing per day and that makes 4 people, but it really is up to the rest of the team to help out in between sets, get lunches prepared, keep the morale up, and help the 2 skippers have level heads. So we get a lot of support from the university. They've funded us really well, and I think we're a pretty big part of the sports program at Salve. So I mean, I'm happy with the way they've helped us out and the way the community has supported us. I'd like to make nationals one more time before I graduate, so that's really my biggest goal right now. And
college sailing, you need to know where you are on the line, otherwise you get left behind. Sailing to me is my passion. It's my legacy. My grandfather was a star world champion, and I'm trying to live up to that, and it's me. Sailing is everything I do. Sailing actually helps me with my academics. It keeps me focused. Time management increases when I'm sailing. I'm busy all the time, so I do really well in school. My grades actually go up when I'm sailing. Our biggest strength as a team for Salve is we have incredible amount of boat speed between all of our top skippers. We're really fast, and we work well together as a team.
Sailing for me, I've been sailing my entire life, so it's pretty much just become my lifestyle. I do it all day, every day. Honestly, I think we have some of the best coaching in college sailing. John and Mike do a phenomenal job. And they kind of, to go along with that, they really instill that like we're just as good as those top tier schools. I think teamwork's definitely a lot different than other sports in sailing because like I used to play soccer and I definitely teamwork's a huge part there, but there's a slightly more intellectual side of sailing that I think like with the strategy involved with reading the wind and just kind of making your way like around the course in relation to your competition. That's kind of where the teamwork comes in. It's just open communication at all times. And for sailing, it's definitely a positive because there's no way I'm going to be able to find a guy who's like 80 pounds to sail with me. So that's really important to stay light. I'm girls because it makes it a little bit easier at practice. You don't have to get stressed out. There's a bunch of good-looking girls around, so it makes it a little bit easier.
A regatta is a group of races, so we have regattas on the weekends, and they're usually 2-day regattas. And there's usually 2 divisions, so we have 2 teams within the regatta. There's an A division and a B division, and that group of races all comes together and they call that a regatta. Well, they'll persevere through rain and snow and cold temperatures, but the weather does play a big part in performance with regard to weight. So if you have teams that are super light and you don't have much wind, there's going to be an advantage to being super light. And then as the breeze builds, you typically need to have a little more weight in the boat. And we all know the range is, you know, we probably get up to 300 pounds combined weight in a boat, and there's 2 people in a boat. So, you know, that's when it's blowing pretty hard, 20 knots, 20 miles an hour, 25, and you know, we'll sail up to 30. And it's pretty wild. We've gone from a fleet of 10 boats to a fleet of 20 boats. We've gone from a team that had about 8 kids to 35, and we're still growing. This fall we're going to be way bigger. We've got some great recruits coming in from all over the world, and so we're really excited about that. But we compete against Division I in sailing. Everybody's Division I, so we're this little school, but we compete against the Naval Academy and MIT and all the Ivy Leagues, and to be in that crowd is really amazing. So that's been a huge improvement. What's our biggest strength? I think that there's just a lot of determination on this team. Nobody seems to quit, and everybody seems to know what the goal is, which is to win the Nationals. We've been to Nationals. We've been ranked as high as 7th in the country, and there are hundreds of schools. All the UC, University of California teams, and Stanford, and Boston College here, and Tufts, and to be ahead of all of those guys is just remarkable. So. That's what our strength is we know what we want, and everybody's eager to do it. New England is the strongest district in all of the country. Depending on the conditions and depending on what's coming up for the upcoming weekend or weekends in the future. So there's many different boat handling drills, and then there's speed drills, and there's starting drills. And sometimes we'll actually invite other schools to come practice with us because everybody loves to sail here. And sometimes we'll sail outside in big breeze and more steady breeze and bigger waves if we know that that's what the venue is going to be like for the coming weekend. Other times we'll be like we were today. We were inside, and it's very shifty, and you'll see conditions like that on some of the lakes or on the Charles River.
Speed going. Make sure you play the shifts and stay in the pressure. Get off the line well.
Right now we have 420s. We're going to get a fleet of FJs, and those are the 2 predominant boats that they use in college sailing. There are some other ones, but predominantly are 420s and FJs. People don't realize how strong you really have to be and what good physical condition you have to be in to sail. And a day like today would show right away. You can take anybody from any other sport, put them out there, and they're going to die. This is the place to be.